I know oftentimes that parents or teachers are looking for apps to address a particular disability, for example, autism. And if you were to do a search, on the iTunes store for apps for autism, you might come across a lot of what I might call drill and kill apps, which are going to take you through, this is a right answer, are we going to get to that? What I really prefer to look at is what's a particular need that individual student has. So do they have a hard time transitioning from one task to another? So would an app that has a timer feature help them be able to transition from one activity to another? Would they benefit from an app that allows you to create a digital schedule, a digital picture schedule for that individual, to create a social story with that individual as the highlight of it? So if a student has a really hard time getting ready for bed at night, taking pictures of that student as they're going through that activity and being able to then send that home digitally for a parent to go through, well, this is what we're going to do first, this is what we're going to do next, this is what we're going to do last, can be really of value. There's some wonderful apps out there that help anybody, but children in particular, who have difficulty managing their emotions. One of my favorites that I love to use with students when they're in high stress mode is called Breathing Bubbles. And it's basically where you ask students with the app how they are feeling. They get to choose an emotion, and then we take them through the steps of how do you breathe in and out and be able to relax and reduce yourself from that high stress to a lower stress situation. So lots of different apps out there for lots of different reasons. There's many apps out there that allow students to experience play in ways that they might not be able to be initially successful because of their disability. So maybe a student with fine motor needs isn't able to interact with block play in a typical manner. Well, you can get out there with an app. There's wooden block play app that you can use. There's Lego apps that you can use where a student is more easily able to navigate the fine motor component of the app rather than the fine motor component of having to actually physically interact with those blocks. So being able to use those types of tools. But if I went searching for fine motor, that's probably not what I would come up with. So looking at apps out there through that lens of how do they provide accessibility, how do they help a student or a child overcome a challenge that they're having at that.
For more information about effective assistive and instructional technology, please visit ctdinstitute.org. Funding for this video is provided by the Center on Technology and Disability through a grant from the United States Department of Education, Office of Special Education Programs.